And that's that. Good evening. We in here. We in here. We in here for the new year. Yeah. We in here for the new year. And I'm feeling good. I was a little under the weather. Changed my shirt. I'm feeling festive today. So, and a festive looking shirt. You know, wardrobe malfunctions. So I had to hurry up and change that. So anyway, we in here. How's everybody doing? All right. We are going to be discussing the Venus and Serena, a little situation, Venus and Serena Williams. Usually I don't care about what these so-called celebrities do, but I'm going to have to address this. I'm going to have to address this. Seems like another Williams sister got married. Serena Williams is married to Alexis Ohanian. And Venus Williams, her sister, her oldest sister, is married to an Italian guy by the name of Andrea Preti. Now, like I said, I don't care about what these people do. I don't care about their marriages. I don't care about none of that. But I have to address this. It is necessary for me to address this. Let me adjust my. Let me adjust this. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Where do we start with this? Where do we start with this? First, in Amen we trust, and in Amen I share this message. My thoughts on the Venus and Serena public marriage, because that's exactly what it is. I'm only addressing it because it's public. I'm only addressing it because it's public. That's the only reason why I'm speaking about this. If it wasn't a public thing, I wouldn't even be speaking about it. I don't care about what these people do. I care less about Venus and Serena Williams. However, their little fiasco, their little marriage and things like that, it takes me back to something Serena Williams said a long time ago. She said that, and she claimed she didn't say it, but she did. She basically said that if you want to remain relevant in this in this entertainment industry, she said, because she's an entertainer, whether you know it or not, you can call her an athlete or you want to. Athletes are nothing but a different form of entertainer. And she basically said, if you want to remain relevant in the entertainment industry, she said, you either gotta, for a black woman anyway, she said you either gotta marry a white man or get with another woman. She said you either gotta marry a white man or get with another woman. This is what she said. Okay. All right. She said that you either have to marry a white man or get with another woman. And she tried to, allegedly, she said that, but everybody, why would somebody just attribute a comment like that to you, and then all of a sudden you claim you didn't say it? Why would that comment even be attributed to? I definitely think that she said that. I would definitely think that she said that she made a point of, making it, maybe to people who were in her closer circle, that she was in alignment to or wanted to be famous in the society and still remain relevant even after tennis. You see, because you would think to yourself, okay, she made all of her money, right? She's not going to play any more tennis. She's pretty much retired. She's not going to play any more tennis, right? Her or her sister. So now ask yourself a question: why would she still have to remain relevant? What is she trying to do? Now, when they did the King Richard thing, Will Smith was a producer on that, and money was gotten together for that. They made money off of that, but they want to still continue to be able to make money off of their tennis fame, even though they're not playing tennis anymore. They want to still continue to make money off of their tennis fame. So they have to remain as public figures. Remember when Serena Williams came out there, and when what's that guy who made that song, They Not Like Us? What's that guy, Kendrick Lamar? When they made that song, They Not Like Us, and remember when what was it? Serena Williams came out there dancing. She looked real stupid. She came out there dancing with that blonde wig on her head, and people was clowning her because she looked like a clown. It's like Okay, even though I'm married to this white man, I'm still down with you guys. I still could crip walk and do all this stuff. And she looked really ridiculous. You know, um, because these people are public figures, because what she's doing is meant to be a public spectacle, both of them, Serena and Venus Williams, because they're meant to, what they're doing is meant to be a public spectacle. I got to speak on it. I got to speak on it because the goal is to get women, young, impressionable black women, to start moving toward being in interracial relationships with other races of men. This is what the Venus and Serena thing is signaling and green lighting, because whenever you see a white woman, when you see a white famous woman with a black man, so-called black man, you don't really hear too much about that. In fact, that might slow up their um rise to fame. A lady by the name of Ellen I think Pompeo. She's been with a bronze man. She was on that show with Chandra Rhimes. It was called what was the Grey's Anatomy. And she was on there, and she has a black husband, right? And you don't really hear much about her now. She looks like one of those white women who would be much bigger than what she is if she didn't have a black husband, because Hollywood is racist, and they okay with showing black women with white men. They're okay with putting that out in the spotlight for black women to go with white men. They're okay with showing that, but not the other way around. They don't like showing black men with white women, especially if they're good looking white women, especially if they're good looking Beckys and whatnot. They don't like showing them with on the arms of bronze men, you see. But Venus is Serena. What's the other one? Tamron Hall. It's a whole list of them. Like, they always gotta push and portray these black women as being into white men. In other words, as in choosing white men over black men, because that's really why they show it. They want to show established, famous celebrity, so-called black females who have, chosen to be with white partners, right? Because the connotation there is that black men are not good enough to be with Serena Williams or Venus Williams. Black men are not good enough. They got money. They multimillionaires, both of them. And they made a very, sizable fortune from tennis. And, tennis was always thought to be a so-called white sport. But again, who made tennis interesting? Who made tennis popular? It was always black players. Whenever so-called black players, black American players get involved in any kind of sport that is, known to be taken up by white athletes, they tend to excel in it, and it tends to add excitement to the game, like Tiger Woods with golf, like Venus and Serena with tennis, Arthur Ashe before them, and other, people that taken up this sport. They had got people, the world started watching, golf started being interesting, a very uninteresting game. Golf started being interesting because of Tiger Woods. All right. Now they say he added color to the game. They try to make that funny when they say he added color to the game, but ain't nothing wrong with adding color to the game. There's nothing wrong with that. Adding color to the game. You see, making it colorful, making it to where people actually want to see golf. Now, nobody wants to see golf. No, ain't nobody watching no golf. No, I'm going, a bunch of old white boys, a bunch of old white males. That's the only ones that's watching golf right now. Okay. So, again, I don't really care about what these people do. I really don't. Because, like I said, they don't really consider themselves black people. They got money. And when they get money like that, they try to align themselves with a certain idea of how they want the world to see them, right? And a lot of these black females who get money, who have access to money, they start to imagine or envision their lives a certain way with certain partners and whatnot. And, whether that idea is pushed in their heads to be that way or not, which in 9 times out of 10 is, because I definitely think that Serena Williams said that in order for If you want to be relevant, you got to either be with a white man or you have to be with a woman. What's the lady's name? The one who's an actress. What's her name? The one who's an actress, Niecy Nash. She publicly married a woman. Now, why does she do that? Because she is in the entertainment industry, and a lot of these actresses who really are not needed in Hollywood, they're not really big talents like that. They're okay. And again, no disrespect to Niecy Nash, but she would have to do something like that to stay relevant. She would have to do something like that. She would have to do something to, make herself relevant. So a lot of them are starting to declare LGBT, or they're going to get into an interracial marriage, something that they feel keeps people talking, keeps them interesting, keeps them in the public eye. So they're going to get into those kind of relationships. Okay. They're going to get into those kind of relationships because they are told that it's in their best interest to remain relevant. Okay. It's in their best interest to remain relevant. But again, it is meant to be a slap in the face of black men, because when black men go with white women and other races of women, it's a lot of black females out there talking about, oh, you taking that money over to the other race of people. The other races of people going to get that money. They're going to have that money. When that white woman, you going to give that white woman that money. But then when a black woman do it, when a so-called black woman does it, now both of those sisters got way more money than both of their husbands. Both of those sisters. Okay. And you know what I think about that? What I smell from that coming from both of them, that sound like a play right out of the guys that got with people like Halle Berry. Halle Berry, who got with them two white boys, and then she ends up having to pay them both alimony. Right? She has to pay two white males alimony. Somebody else that happened to too. Where they end up having to pay these white boys alimony for being with them. That happened with that lady, Aisha Tyler, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Those of Aisha Tyler. But again, they get with these white males, and then the white males do them all kinds of ways, then maybe put a baby or two in them. Then next thing you know, they pull the same scenario like the ones that happened to them prior to that. Because let's ask yourself a question. Would this guy, these two guys, Alexis Ohanian or the other guy, Andreas Preddy, would they be attracted to Venus and Serena Williams if they wasn't Venus and Serena Williams, and if they didn't have Venus and Serena Williams money? Would they be attracted to them? Let's just keep it real. Would they be attracted to them if they didn't have that money, right? If they didn't have that money, if they wasn't Venus and Serena, if they wasn't famous, do you think those guys would be attracted to them? Let's just keep it real. Because Venus and Serena, especially Serena, they're really built women. They're really very built women, built like so-called black women, broad, and athletic. And usually Caucasian males, they don't like that. Caucasian males don't like all that ass and breast and hips, and they don't like all that. So why are they with her? Why is Alexis Ohanian with her? That's the guy who's connected to that site Reddit. That site Reddit, where they say it's allegedly a racist site. And it probably is. I don't know. It probably is a racist site, but he's connected to that. But he ain't got no money on the level of her. Neither one of them. The guy Andreas Petty, the Italian guy that that Venus married, he's like worth $1 million. Like literally, he's worth $1 million. She's worth over I think either 90 million or $100 million, even more. So she got way more money than he does. Same thing with Serena. She got way more money than Alexis Ohanian. So who is this a come up for? Who exactly is this a come up for? Ask yourself a question. Who exactly is this a come up for? Is this a come up for Venus and Serena? Or is this a come up for their husbands? Who's it a come up for? That they would get with these two. Like I said, keep in mind, white boys don't usually like black females that look like that. That's built like sisters for real. They usually don't like that. Black men like that all day. And I had these black females out here who love the divester thing. They was up there talking about, oh, they couldn't find love elsewhere, so they had to go and find love with love wizards. Look, it wasn't no love with that. You know who the only one who was in love? You know the only people that's in love in those situations? Venus and Serena. Venus and Serena are the only ones who are in love in those situations. And white boys don't care about them. They don't. Venus and Serena is the only ones who in love in those situations. Do y'all think that them two white boys in love with them? Do y'all really believe that? Y'all really believe that they would talk to Venus and Serena, that they would be organically attracted to them if they saw them and they didn't know who they was, and they was, and they had on, just regulars? You think they would be attracted to them too? The white boys would be attracted to Venus and Serena? That's a question. I want to. What's y'all answer on that? All right. So keep in mind, there's only a matter of time, and I'm saying it, I'm predicting it's only a matter of time before both of them start filing for divorce, meaning that the white boys is going to file for divorce. They're going to end up filing for divorce, and they're going to get that bag. They're going to get a big bag out of that. Tell me I'm wrong. They're going to get a big bag. That's the only reason. And they made sure they had children with them. Like I'm pretty sure this Italian boy going to hurry up and get Serena Williams pregnant. I mean, Venus. He going to hurry up and get Venus Williams pregnant. The white boy that she just got, he going to hurry up and get her pregnant. I can almost guarantee that. He going to hurry up and get her pregnant, just like this guy made sure he got Serena pregnancy, because that establishes a relationship. It establishes a paternity setting. And like I said, these two idiots probably don't even got no damn prenuptial. I bet you they don't got no prenup. How much you want to make a bet? They don't got no prenup. And like, and these black females always talking about leveling up and that they made a big move and things like, how was this leveling up? How was this a big move exactly? How was this a big move? It's not like they married two white boys with a whole lot more money than them. They married two white boys with less money than them. But a so-called black man could have never got away with that. A so-called black man could have never talked to them, being worth $1 million, which again, it's not hard to be worth. It's not hard to be worth $1 million. A working person can be worth $1 million. This guy that she's marrying, he's a model, and the Italian guy that Venus is marrying, he's a model. They get, how to get these white kinds of, make it seem like they really doing something in the world when he really probably ain't on shit, right? He ain't on nothing. He's a model and all this other stuff he claimed to be, but he only worth $1 million. How about dude probably a gigolo, and he was waiting around. He see, he's trying to get a bag. Because most of these guys, a lot of these times, these guys marry these black females. A lot of these guys be undercover LGBT. A lot of these guys don't even really like women. Like I suspect with the guy that got with Gabrielle Sabiti, the white boy that got with Gabrielle Sabiti. What's the actress Gabrielle Sabiti? He got with Gabrielle Sabiti. So what's her name? The heavy set precious chick. She got with some white boy. And he looks like he LGBT. He look like he flaming, right? And do you really think that they're going to be around them for long? They'll have babies with them and things like that just so they can secure the bag. And when it comes time to go ahead and move on, Sibidek. Yeah, Sibidek. When it comes time to move on, they're going to move on and they're going to get that money. You see? I will say this. The only one that was smart with her bed winching was Janet Jackson. The only one that was kind of smart with that bed winching was Janet Jackson. Why? Because she married that Arab boy. She married that Arab dude. And she went and had a baby with him. And within 2-3 years, she played like she was going to be Muslim. Remember Janet Jackson when she got with this Arab dude who got like a billionaire? His family got a lot of oil money. And she got with the Arab dude. Dude was younger than her. And he probably was open up for the fact that this is Janet Jackson, right? And he is like, yo, I'm gonna get with her. She ended up playing like she was Muslim and put the damn headdress on, and she stayed with him long enough to have a baby so she could secure that bag. So then when she was out, like she ended up divorcing him, she got that money. You see, she got that money. So she was kind of smart about it. You see, I wouldn't be surprised if she get down like that. Janet, is she that into that? To Janet Jackson, gay allegedly. I wouldn't be surprised. She into women. I wouldn't be. Mhm. So, so that's all I'm predicting is going to end up happening here. You see, because I'm pretty sure, like, you got two totally different people, and then you got Serena Williams out here. You could clearly see she's lightening her skin, allegedly, but you could clearly see she's lightening her skin, right? And she's putting blonde streaks in her hair. She's trying to be what obviously what he wants, because notice he's not telling her, look, get off that Ozempic, stop lightening your skin. I like you how you are, because it was never because she was losing weight, and there ain't nothing wrong with her, man. She's a full-figured woman, and that she has in shape woman, no big stomach and nothing like that. She just all legs and thighs and ass, and what men like breast and everything else. He don't like that. He don't like that. He don't. A lot of times these white boys, they don't like no real women. They don't. No disrespect to the white guys who do, but you got a lot of these white guys. They don't like no real built women. They like women who got butts like little boys, chests like little boys. They like that. They don't like no woman with breast and ass and whatnot. That's why those women tend to go to so-called black men. Even white women who built like that, they tend to go to black men, because they know a lot of time white men don't really like women with ass and breasts like that. You see, they tend to like women built like little boys. You see, or little girls. That's what they tend to like. No ass, flat chest, no narrow hips, and she's none of the above. They call that model. They call that model built. All right, they call that model built. So they tend not to like that. You see, they tend not to like that. They tend to like, that's again, that's that sodomite spirit in them. That's that sodomite spirit that tends to like that type of, built on a woman. A woman's supposed to be built like a woman. You see, so why would you alter? 'Cause she looked, like I said, I always thought Serena Williams was attractive. You see, I always thought she was attractive, and her curves made her even more attractive. Now she's trying to lose weight for him, and she on Ozempic allegedly, and doing all this stuff and putting blonde streaks in her hair. Who's she trying to do that for? She wasn't trying to do that before. She seemed like she was more happy, how she looked before, but now all of a sudden she don't like how she looked. She trying to lighten her skin. She's doing all this stuff. Allegedly, she trying to do all this stuff to herself, and he's not saying anything about it. He watching her go through all this stuff, making herself look ridiculous. Like I said, lightening her skin. And let me tell you something. She's got them strong features. She's got very strong features, both of them, which probably comes from their West Indian mother, because honestly, a lot of them two look like they African. I'm going to be honest with you. If anybody look African, Venus and Serena look African. Tell me I'm wrong. And that don't come from their father. That comes from the mother, because a lot of the African genetics was in the West Indies, because a lot of the slaves that were brought from Africa were dropped off in the islands. A lot of those African slaves were dropped off in the islands. They didn't come here to North America. That's why a lot of the people in the West Indies have that African, a lot of them have an African look to them. Not all, but you got a lot of them that do. You see, and the mother was a bed wench too, allegedly, So, so their father, you would think they would get somebody who's like their father, somebody in the image of their father. But, because if it wasn't for their father, and that's another thing that really just kills me, is that if it wasn't for their father, they wouldn't have nothing. If it wasn't for their father, they wouldn't have anything. You see, all their money, all their ability, their tennis ability came from the drive of their father, not from their mother. Okay. And they ended up like their mothers, because their mother was with a white man. You see, a lot of these islanders, no disrespect to the people from the island, but a lot of these island people, a lot of these West Indians, y'all, a lot of y'all some ass kissing coons. I'm gonna just say it like that. We got some ass kissing coons amongst us too, that love the white man and love and worship white people. And again, I'm not saying this to even be racist. I just say it's just wrong to be worshiping other races of people because of some perceived superiority. But a lot of you West Indians, you got that energy on you. A lot of y'all got that Uncle Tom spirit on you, just like a lot of some Black Americans do too. You got some Sambos and that worship the image of white people. And obviously Venus and Serena, they worship the image of white people too. Because why would you go and get two? Because you could have got two. They could have got two brothers who was better, just as good looking, probably had just as much money or more. They could have got good looking bronze men. But they didn't, even if they wanted to go a couple of shades lighter, because they might not like their dark skin. They could have got some light-skinned bronze men with some money. They could have got men with money, bronze men, but they didn't want that. Because obviously, if two black men would have came to them like Alexis Ohani and on the type of money they got, and two black men would have came to them and had to be nice looking men, came to them and tried to talk to them, they wouldn't have talked to them. They'd have been talking about, oh, you ain't got enough money for me. But obviously the white man ain't got to have enough money for them. He ain't got to have more money than them. They can have way more money to them because the payoff with people like Venus and Serena Williams is that they were a white man. That's the payoff. The payoff is that they were a white man. The payoff is that they're going to get some mixed race children. That's the payoff. That's what they always want. That's worth millions of dollars to them. You understand me? They don't like themselves, so they wanted to get somebody who don't look like them to mix their seeds so they can make children that don't look like them. Okay? That's what you're dealing with right there. This is your Venus and Serena that you black girl, to that black girl magic shit. That's who y'all look up to. Two low self-esteem having black females. What kind of empowerment is that when you go get somebody who's less than you? What kind of empowerment is that? What kind of leveling up is that? I could have seen it kind of if you would have got with these two white boys and they had all this money and they had way more money. I kind of could have saw, even though I'm not with the interracial thing, but I could kind of seen that if that was the case. But you go, because you wouldn't have gave two black men no chance like that who have that kind of money. If they had less than they wouldn't even dare talk to them. Oh yeah, I know their older sister got unalived. You know why? Yeah, dealing with a white Crip, dealing with a white Crip gang member in a shootout. A white Crip gang member. Yeah, there you go. Somebody said in the chat that their sister got unalived from dealing with a white Crip gang member. I didn't even know it was white Crips, but obviously it is. They ain't got no racial what's name. But anyway, I could believe that. So obviously it's in them to worship the image of white men. It's in Venus and Serena and in their family. Where that come from the mother. Because the father wasn't no Uncle Tom. The father wasn't no Uncle Tom. He stood up like a man because see, he's indigenous American. He's first American. The father's first American, which is a phrase we're gonna start using around here, first American. Yeah, he's first American, meaning that he's indigenous American bronze man. He's a first American bronze man. You see, and so as a first American bronze man, he ain't no Sambo. You see, he's not a Sambo. I'm on live. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm talking. All right, go check in. That's my mother. But anyway, so this man, he talked about his life. He'd been through things, and he wanted more for his daughters. Keep in mind, when that man got with their mother, she already had like 3 daughters already. She had children already from a previous relationship. And, they didn't turn out to really amount to nothing. No disrespect to them, but they didn't. They didn't really turn out to amount to nothing under the mother. But it was the father, the 2 seeds he had with her, Venus and Serena, that man made them into something. And how did they repay this man? They repay this because I know this man is not with the whole, them getting with the 2 white guys. I know he's not with that. Because a lot of people make you believe that black men are okay with their daughters getting with white men. A lot of black men ain't cool with that at all. They try to paint that picture. They make movies like Guess Who, where they had Bernie Mac in there and that Sambo shit he was doing, making it like it's okay for the white man to be with your daughter. A lot of black men ain't cool with that. Y'all try not to say nothing, but y'all ain't cool with that. Y'all don't like it, just like white men don't like black men with their daughters. That's the truth. White men do not like black men with their daughters, and black men, bronze indigenous men, you don't like no white men with your daughter or other races of men with your daughter. Don't be afraid to say it. I know I wouldn't. I want my daughters what they own kind. Okay. And is that racist to say? Maybe it is. But so what? So what? Because they always try to paint this picture that we just supposed to be so open and welcoming to other races of people to mix our seed with. And no, that's really not the case. It's really not the case at all. You see? Because you want to keep your bloodline pure. You want to keep your bloodline pure. We need to keep our first American bloodlines pure. You see, got too much damn mixing going on. And a lot of these black liberated females like Venus and Serena who sit up here, think they leveling up, they got a prize. They sitting up here taking care of these white males. They taking care of these white men. They up here taking care of these two white boys. And when that's what they doing, they taking care of them. You really think they living off of their money? You think Venus and Serena living up off their money? Huh? And like I said, I don't care either way because people be like, why are you in their business? Why are you speaking on it? Because it's public information. They put it out there. That's why, hello, they put it out there. They put their life out there for the public to consume. Because if it was just a private thing, then that's different. They wouldn't be sitting up here taking pictures, going on in front of the press because they're trying to make public statements. They're trying to make public statements. Okay? They're making, every time they go in front of a camera and announce who they marry, and they making public statements. Mm-hmm. And if you make public statements, when you make statements in front of the public, that means it's up for scrutiny, whether you like the criticism or not. That's what it is. Like I said, I don't care about what they do as individuals. I could care less. What I do care about, ultimately, what I do care about is that they're trying to push an agenda here. That's what that's about. And the message is wrong. The message is wrong. When you see white females go out here to black men, they do the same thing. They go out here, the ones who go out here like who went Tiger Woods and all them, all these black basketball players who get with these white women. You so-called black women who got problems with that, y'all can't say nothing. If y'all ain't saying nothing about Venus and Serena with these two white boys, y'all can't say nothing about black men getting with white women, or the basketball players, the athletes getting with white women, saying about, oh, you just gonna give all that money to the white women and this, that, and third. You ain't saying nothing about Venus and Serena giving them money, all that money to those white males, because that's what they doing. That's just what they doing. You see? They're giving all their money away to these white males. And y'all don't never say nothing about that because, like I said, the payoff is the mixed race baby. You see? The payoff is the mixed race baby. The payoff is that you think that, you know, by being on this person's arm, it's going to make you look better in society because you don't want to be who you really are. You see? Michael Jackson suffered from that shit too, man. That self-hate, that low self-esteem. Michael Jackson suffered from that as well. That's why you got these little white kids up here pretending to be his children, getting money from his estate. Some white kids who he adopted, while his black family members, some of them had to get jobs. Why? People who was in the damn band with him, who was in the Jackson 5. You see, Michael Jackson definitely had a Sambo problem, just like these two. And like I said, you know, I wouldn't care if it wasn't about making a bigger statement. I wouldn't care if it wasn't about making a bigger statement, because a statement is too big to ignore. I had to say something about this. I had to say something about this. You know, I had to say something because, you know, when you see this type of low self-esteem going on, when you see this type of, you know, people trying to pass this off as some form of love and whatever the case may be, when you see this kind of low self-esteem going on like that, you should speak about that. That should be spoken on. What's the message that's being sent here? Like, in other words, Venus and Serena, they got to be superstars. They got to be big time, multi-millionaire tennis stars to get two regular white boys. Because that's what they got, two regular white boys. Hell, Alexis Ohanian being associated with Serena Williams made his star go up. It made his stock rise. Don't nobody know who the hell Alexis Ohanian is, other than the fact that he's connected to Serena Williams as her husband. That's the only reason why you know Alexis Ohanian, because he's her husband. Now with this white boy Preddy over here, this Italian, you gonna know him because he around her. In other words, they elevating them. You see? They elevating them. The two black females is elevating them, but they wouldn't think about doing that with a so-called black man. There's a serious self-hatred going on. There's a serious self-hatred going on when you'll sit up here and you will elevate people that don't look like you, people who don't like you, people who wouldn't be with you if you didn't have the bag, if you didn't have the name, they wouldn't be with you. But you elevating these people. You elevating these people. You elevating people who don't give a damn about you. You elevating people, the same people who was calling you monkeys and calling you all kind of looking at saying you look like a man. Those would have probably been the same people that you married in that category, making all kind of disparaging marks about y'all looks, talking about how y'all built, talking about how y'all, how y'all shaped like man. You see, all of that. Eve too. Oh yeah, Eve too. Eve too. She made it seem like she married a billionaire. This dude ain't no billionaire, man. This guy's a millionaire. He's a millionaire, but in the low millions. He's not no big time wealthy guy like that. He's a millionaire. Hell, Eve had that kind of money damn near, but she blew through it. But like I said, man, they got they trying to like they motivated by a bunch of different things, man. Eve was motivated by the money because from what they were saying, she was broke. She ain't had no money. So she got with the white boy. He showed some interest in her and whatnot because Eve pretty much knew it wasn't no future for her out here. So Eve got with the first thing. I kind of understand Eve because that was a thing of survival. Because Eve pretty much, she would have just been getting slutted out here. She would have been getting slutted out like she was doing before, allegedly, getting slutted out. And, dudes just kept slutting her out. Then the white boy came and saved her. Gave her a little bag, the little sleeping bag. He had a little kid. She was trying like hell to have a child with him so she could secure that bag. You see, just in case things go wrong, because she stayed trying to have a child with him. Now she got the child with him. She feeling like she getting the money. Like I said, she ain't got to be going and touring no more and working real hard. You see? Oh, yeah, he got Eve wearing a kitchen apron serving her. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Now he's a millionaire. He got servants? Exactly. They did that for the optics. They had pictures of her serving his family. There you go. I told you it's all about the optics. And they had her. She was eating dinner. She was sitting at the table with the children, and he was sitting at the table with the adults and whatnot. And she's sitting with the children. So yeah, it's all about optics. You see, she was willing to go someplace where somebody was going to take care of her. Because, like I said, that rap money wasn't coming in. Ain't nobody going to see no Eve no more. Her career pretty much done. Okay, so Eve took the, she took the easy way out. She freaked the white boy off, probably freaked him out, Philly style. He ain't never had nothing like that before in his life that he had to pay for, and he ain't mind paying for it. Because I don't know why nobody. I can't see like why a dude would like go with Eve. Like I said, no disrespect to her, but she ain't bad. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but she freaked him out. But that's what happened. She freaked him out, blew his mind, do every and anything. Because that's just, again, they get submissive for the white man. They'll get submissive for the white man. Okay, they get super submissive for him. But with the black man, they got all kind of lip for you. They talking crap to you. But for the white man, they get super submissive. Even if you got money, the so-called black man, even if you got money, they try to talk shit to you. If you got money, they try to buck up to you. When it comes to the white man who ain't even got nowhere near the money they got, they'll sit up here and be submissive to him, do everything for him. You see? Because that's that low self-esteem. That's that slave mentality in a lot of these black females. A lot of these black females talk all that empowerment shit, like Venus and Serena. Yeah, they two athletes. They talk all that empowerment shit. Eve, all them talk. Don't they talk all that empowerment shit? But at the end of the day, they ain't nothing but a bunch of Aunt Jemimas, man. They got their head rags in the back, like on the plantation, ready to bust that ass open for the slave master. That's their real mentality, right there, raw and uncut. They ready to bust that ass open for the white man, for the slave master, all day. I said it. Somebody got you. They a bunch of undercover Aunt Jemimas. They got their head scarves in the back, ready to get busy with Brad. Yes, they are. You see, raw and uncut. Because they got, and it ain't no white privilege. Because what privilege? What privilege? They gonna be privileged to live off her money. You see? Oh yeah, you know the white man loves some low self-esteem black females. Oh, he love it. He love him some low self-esteem black females. Of course he do. Yes, he do. Oh yeah, he love them black females who don't like how dark their skin is. You know, they probably could spot Venus and Serena when they came around them. They could spot them. They could spot them bed wenches who don't like how dark their skin is or how big their ass is. You know, the things that we like as men, that the white man don't like it, so it ain't worth nothing. So I need to lighten my skin. I need to try to get my butt sucked out and make my butt flatter. Y'all start trying to act and try to be for him. Oh yeah, he loves some low self-esteem having black females. He can spot them a mile away. Them black females, they'll be up all thirsty on top of the damn white man. They be all in the white boy DMs and whatnot. A lot of these black females be chasing white boys because they got a lot of them got low self-esteem. They got low self-esteem because it's not based on who they are. It's based on who they believe these people are. You see? You see? That bunch of damn mammies, man. Got a whole bunch of mammies. A lot of them into that slave play. A lot of them is into that, man. A lot of these black females are sick, man. A lot of you black males are sick too. A lot of y'all are bed bugs. A lot of y'all chase the white woman, and she freak off with you because a lot of them, they see you black men. They see you so-called black men as a buck. They see you as a buck. They don't see you as no real men. Same thing with the black female. She's a damn buck too. She's a female buck. That's how they see. That's how these white boys see you. You black females as you a female buck. He's a male buck and you a female buck. They see y'all as sex slaves, man. That's all they see you as. And if they can't get sex out you, then money and sex. That's all you are to them. Ain't no goddamn love. You see? Ain't no goddamn love. You a sex slave. Okay? And you giving up all your goddamn money as well. That's the only thing they care. They don't really even care about the sex. They just have sex with them because they know, oh, well, we got to have sex with them. They say, like I said, half these guys, they don't even like women. A lot of these guys is LGBT on the low, or if they want a real white woman. Oh yeah, I know the KKK clan members, they love black females, the female, they piss on them, all that stuff. Yeah, they love it. Them white boys in the clan, they'll deal with nigger women, they'll deal with the nigger woman, the low self-esteem having black female, and it's a lot of them out here. You got to make sure you can spot them though. Like them chicks that was dealing with that white boy who was giving them HIV. He was infecting all them black females with HIV in the Carolina. It was in South Carolina or Virginia. He was giving all of them the HIV. This DJ Kid guy, right? You see, that's a bunch of low self-esteem having black females. A lot of black females have low self-esteem. That's why they'll get in bed with Brad. Because they thinking about them mixed race babies. They thinking about they babies having long, pretty hair and lighter skin and all this other stuff. And they want to live vicariously through their mulatto children with Brad. Whether it be a bum ass Brad, a low rent Brad, right? They'll go get with a low rent Brad. Like in that movie where they showed you where they was pushing that out in that movie, Something New with Sanaa Lathan. Remember that movie, Something New with Sanaa Lathan? She got with a low rent Brad over a high class brother, Blair Underwood. She got with a low rent Brad, Simon Baker, in the movie because she supposedly loved him. You see that BS? In other words, a low level white man is better than an upscale black one. You see, who was a lawyer like her. See, that's the message they sent. And you know what? Like I said, these black females, they ain't got no shame to it because Venus and Serena, they paying for a white man. They're paying for a white man and future mixed race children. That's what they paying for. That's worth millions to them. To have mixed race children and be with a white man, somebody who does not look like them, somebody who they don't have to be, they feel like they ain't got to be competing with, somebody who let them be liberated and whatever the case to an extent. Because listen, let me tell you something. A lot of times these white males, they put these black females on a goddamn leash like a dog, meaning that they tell them what you can and can't do and whatnot. A lot of times they end up they trying to dodge the so-called black man because they feel the so-called black man is too much and demanding and all this. Then when they get with Brad, he's straight up abusive to you. He talk crazy to you. He's straight up abusive to you. You know, to anytime you sitting up here and you got the you never think about this for a minute. I want you to think about this with their relationship for a second. Alexis Ohanian and Venus Williams or Serena Williams. I want you to think about this for a second. Nowhere at any time before she got with dude was she ever talking about bleaching her skin. She ain't trying to bleach her skin. She ain't trying to do nothing crazy with her hair. She always had the braids and she was her natural self, full body, everything. That's what bronze men loved about her. She was dealing with Common and a bunch of basketball players. She dealt with a bunch of bronze men. Obviously, they was attracted to her because she had a nice body. She wasn't a bad looking girl and everything. And they was like, they loved it. She had no problem getting no black man, but she get with him. She want to lighten her skin. She want to lose a lot of weight to crazy to where she taking Ozempic allegedly. She putting blonde streaks in her hair. Do you know to bleach your skin, that's painful, man. You actually burning, you trying to burn the carbon off your skin, but you can't never really burn it out because you got it. It's still in your skin. So you'll see, even if you lighten your skin, that's why Michael Jackson never really looked like a white man. He just looked like some crazy bleached out nigga. That's all he looked like. Same thing with how Serena Williams about to look like some crazy bleached out nigga, looking crazy, trying to lighten her skin, where people could obviously see you. She looking like a damn African out here now, bleaching her skin with that cake soap looking shit. I'm like, it don't even look natural. It don't even look natural. Her lightened skin don't even look natural. You can clearly see this woman unbleached her damn skin. Who's she doing that for? Who's she doing that for? It ain't for her. Because if she was going to do it, she would have did it before, right? Wouldn't she have did it before? She doing that for him. So what kind of man you got that's going to sit up here and let you bleach your skin? What kind of man is going to sit up here and let you bleach your skin? Put perms and weaves in your hair, tell you to lose ridiculous amounts of weight. That's a form of abuse right there. That's abuse. That's abuse to try to make a woman be something that she's not by nature. That's abuse. He's trying to make her into a white female, and she's clearly not a white female. She looks dumb trying to put blonde wigs on her head and trying to lose ridiculous amounts of weight to where she looking sick and lightening her skin, bleaching her skin and whatnot. She looks crazy. That's low self-esteem. As I told you, a lot of these black females, they was talking all that black girl magic shit and black empowerment and black women, black girl magic. And then at the end of the day, you got some white boys who ain't even on your level, got you out here, busting yourself down, but breaking yourself down, trying to be what he want. You up here trying to be what he want instead of being who you are. But yet you talking about, oh, you wouldn't be with a so-called black man who would have accepted you as you are and probably would have had way more money than him. But you want to be in that limelight. You want to be in that limelight. You want to be in the limelight. You want to be in that circle. You see, and it is always a circle of deception, and there's always a circle of low self-esteem playing here. A lot of these black females got low self-esteem. They got low self-esteem. A lot of these black females got low self-esteem. A lot of them, Brad could have them because of their low self-esteem. Brad could have them because of their low self-esteem. You see? Right? Right? Exactly. So, but yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. Yeah, but so, again, it's a shame because their father, the man who got them there, the man who is the reason why they are where they are, the man who is the focal, the one who put the spark in there, they're not honoring their father. The best way you can honor your father is by getting a man who looks like your father. Meaning, and not saying look like exactly like your father, but a man like your father. That's the best way to honor your father, to get a man like your father. who is like your father, who looks like your father, the same race and seed as your father. That's the best way you can honor your father. They don't honor their father. They showed their contempt for their father by getting with these two. Because Richard Williams wouldn't like that. I don't think he liked any of that. He didn't go to neither one of the. He didn't go to none of Serena wedding. I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna go to Venus wedding. So you see, because that's just straight up disrespect, man. You know, at least in my book. So I'm about to wrap this up. The link to hit is, what is it now again? The link to hit for the street festival. FAFest.com. What's again? FSAM. Yeah, okay, let me write this down because I'll be. Okay, so in the comment section. So I'm about to wrap this up. We're going to be doing the first American Street and Music Festival. We've currently we've rebranded the street festival that is coming in May of this year, 2026. The first American Street and Music Festival. We are no longer referring to the festival as the American Indigenous Street Music Festival. It is now the first American Street and Music Festival. All right, we're going to be doing the first American Street and Music Festival this year in Atlanta. So those of you go down and hit the link below. It's in the second link. Just make sure, I want everybody to go check my link tree under Benjamin Manhattan, and you can go and see. All right. I'm trying to look, make sure I see all this stuff in the link down below. Let me see more. Can everybody go to the second annual? You'll see where it says second annual American Indigenous Festival. Don't pay attention. It's now it is now the first American Street Music Festival. So FASM, it should be or you can go into the Better World Organization link campaign and hit the link and donate to the festival. Just go down below and donate to the festival. Okay, it is now the first American Street Music Festival. Okay, go for this first American Street Music Festival. We are raising $24,000. We got $1,000. We up $1,000. Let's get some more. We're trying. The goal is $24,000. So can everybody who's watching, can y'all go and hit the link down below and go to the second annual street music festival. It's a first American Street Music Festival. The second annual first American Street Music Festival. All right. This is the second annual first American Street Music Festival. Go and hit the link down below. Because everybody give $10 to that. We got 100 people watching. Everybody give $10 to that. I'm gonna be the $10 guy. You're gonna send me up here $10, $10. Everybody give $10 to that. We got some shirts coming up and whatnot. So, like I said, it is now the first American Street Music Festival. That is FASM Fest. FASM Fest. FASM, as we call it, the FASM. FASM, first American Street Music Festival, because we know we're the first Americans of America. And so instead of using indigenous, which we know it means indigenous, we now say first American. So go to, and that's what we refer to ourselves as in the Republic of America. So to become a registered first American in the Republic of America, our own American community, go to ROA Worldwide. Go to ROA Worldwide and become a registered first American in the Republic of America, so that we can have our own American community, because we know we're the only real Americans here in America. And now it's time for us to start claiming that. So go, and if you want to become a registered member of the Republic of America, go to ROA Worldwide, ROAWorldwide.com, and become a registered member. Again, go to the American Indigenous Street Music Festival. Everybody give $10, man. Come on, put 10 on it. Second annual first American Street Music Festival. We out here, the American Indigenous Street Music Festival formally. You go to the links, see the link below, and just, you know, throw some money toward it. We're going to be giving shirts away for people. You give $60. We're going to have the first American Street and Music Festival t-shirts we're going to be giving out. We want all of our people to come out and show up. I'm going to be FASMFest.com. That's the new thing. Thank you. FASMFest.com. FASMFest.com. We just got that link today. So thank you very much. Go to that. FASMfest.com. All right. 10, 10, 10. Everybody kick up to 10. All right. All right. All right. So I want to thank you all. Become a patron on my Mentellect Patreon channel. That's down below in the comment section. Go and join the Mentellect Patreon. Become a patron, Mentellect Patreon. Go down and hit the link below and join and become a patron of Mentellect Patreon. Hit my raw and uncut broadcast. I'm raw and uncut on there. Same way you see me now, I had to get a little raw and uncut because things like that. When I see so many agendas, I don't like it, but it's whatever. Check out Sister Enra Vanzetta Mentangelin's American Indigenous channel on YouTube. Also hit subscribe. Those of you just listening, hit subscribe. Let's push the subscription up. Let's do that. And catch me tomorrow. I'm going to be going live on TikTok. That's about it. So just go down below and take part in something, And also Draconian Rules. Check that out. Check out that clothing line, draconianrules.com. My Lord Manhattan site is coming up soon, so be prepared for that. And that's it. I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going to trust, and I'm going to thank, and then I'm going to continue this message forward. What am I closing out? Play that. Don't want to play that. No. Copyrights.